Whether you like it or not, this year will be written in history. Your children will be educated of these events. They are going to ask you what you did. Wouldn't it be embarrassing to say to your own children that you did nothing because you were uncomfortable? This is I am me, being all that I can be. This is I am me, being all that I can be. This is I am me, being all that I can be. How are you guys doing? How are you? Yeah, I know. If you said tired, if you said frustrated, if you said anxious, any of the above, I understand. Drained, that's how I've been. The tone of that intro just describes the tone of my mood and the tone of how everything's been going on. But this is I am me, being all that I can be. And today, I'm being uncomfortable. Okay, that's a little corny, but it's true. I'm sure you guys have heard of just the awful murder of George Floyd. And I have been battling how I should talk about this. Should I go on live? Should I do a full video? Should I just include it in another video? Because I have many videos that I've been filming and wanting to put out, and I was just like, should I just leave links in the description box below on how you can show support, and what should I do? And I was watching Prince EA's video, Why This Will Keep Happening. In the beginning, he gives a disclaimer, and in the disclaimer, it says, we do not change when we are comfortable. That's a big thing that I've been seeing, is change does not happen when you're comfortable. And not posting a video would have been the comfortable Jess way. And when I say comfortable, that doesn't mean that I accept the things that's been going on, obviously. And it's like days after it's happened, and I've expressed most of my feelings on Instagram, and it's just been a wave of emotion. Again, I've made videos on my Instagram, but just on my YouTube, it's just like, you don't see it. I mean, even coming on YouTube, I haven't seen many people post. So I'm just like, well, I don't know. YouTube is usually the place where people go to escape, and I don't want to mess up, or whatever. But it's just like, you know what? I don't care if this doesn't get that many views, because people don't want to acknowledge the true things that's going on in the world. And I'm not trying to mess up my aesthetics of my videos. I don't even have aesthetics, but some people are just like, well, I don't want to put this to cause to blah, blah, blah. This is real life. I had to speak up about it because this is important. And I'm not going to go into all the details, because I'm sure, again, since this is videos being put out after, actually, but recently, like literally, I filmed a video on this, and then I had to I'm refilming it now because things have changed. And thankfully, I saw on Instagram that all the police officers in Minneapolis have got charged. So that's great. And then the main charges have been increased to second-degree murder. So that is progress. It doesn't mean that that's over, because we still have a long journey to go with trying to prevent this from happening ever again. For one, I just want to check in and make sure you guys have done everything that you could to help by now, signed the petitions, which I know the guys have gotten charged, but they also say that doesn't mean you need to stop, because the officers need to be charged for what they did. Most importantly, I just wanted to come on here to honestly just encourage everyone, each and every one of you guys, to vote. Voting matters now. I don't even know if I want to say more than ever, but voting, you need to vote. You really need to vote. The one thing that's helped me is learning from people who know what they're talking about and who can voice things better than I can. I found a perfect article by none other than Barack Obama, our president, not our president, but our ex-president. He summed up everything that I feel like everybody needs to know. I understand you guys want entertainment, you want an escape, but this is important. This is important, and we are the future. You, me, all of us, we have to do our duties to make the change. This is no longer something that we could just post about a few times or whatever and then go back to normal. Like, that's not going to create change. We have to obviously put things out there to really stop this. Because aren't you guys tired of this? Aren't you guys tired of things like this happening? You know, I mean, and it's just gonna keep happening if we don't actually really physically attack it, like do actionable things like voting. It's just major. And supporting Black-owned businesses, and honestly exposing those who clearly are still racist. And I'm not an expert, as you guys can tell. I'm still trying to fight. Like, as I'm recording this video, I was gonna like write up something, but I was like, I mean, I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. I don't know much about voting. I used to just do it just because people said I should. I needed to educate myself on the Black Lives Matter movement. Not that I didn't know, but it's just like sometimes you just be a part of things just because you know you should, rather than diving deep and learning about it. So anyways, I just wanted to go over this. Okay, so the article is called How to Make This Moment the Turning Point for Real Change. I'm not reading all of it. I'm just reading like different parts that I feel like is important for you guys to know. Ultimately, it's going to be up to a new generation of activists to shape strategies that best fit the times. That means it's up to us, like I said. Ultimately, it's up to us to make the change. Most importantly, yes, voting. Everybody needs to do that. And then yes, protesting as well. And that's another thing. Sorry, this is going to be all over the place because I didn't get my thoughts together. So protesting is another thing that is a way that you can, you know, get out there and have your voices heard and stand together with your community and really make change. That's the only thing that I haven't done. I've done everything that I can except protest. The first protest that started out here in Atlanta, I didn't even know about it until I saw it on Instagram. And that's in the beginning when the protests were a little more peaceful. If I would have known, I probably would have went out to there. But also, I mean, my concern, I have major anxiety. I'm a huge worrier. Before this happened, I didn't even want to go outside and be around a lot of people because the coronavirus. I'm just scared of that on top of whatever else, you know. So it's just like, as much as, yes, the idea of going to protest and being with my people, my community, and using my voice, I'm still concerned about that. Like, even yesterday, me and my boyfriend decided to go out, like, walk on a trail, thinking that there wasn't going to be that many people. When we got there, there was so many people, and I had to wear a mask, but I still wasn't comfortable because there was people there. Mostly everybody didn't have a mask on. You know, it's just like, I don't want to get too comfortable and then expose myself to it because I'm thinking, oh, the coronavirus is not as bad and blah, 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 blah. That's my main concern. So it's just like, I would rather right now, not to say that I won't do it in the future or maybe find something small or something I can participate in, but it's just like right now I've done everything that I can to actually make actionable change and help out. And then, like I said, today, well, I didn't say that, but today I'm going to be registering to vote so I can be voting in the primary elections on June 9th, which is the one for Georgia. And if you want to know how to register to vote, look on Google and look up how to register to vote in your whatever state you're in. I've been feeling guilty about not going to protest. And it's like, I shouldn't feel bad. Like, I'm doing what I can. And I was thinking, I was like, back in the day, I could see why protesting was so important. Not saying that it isn't today, but it's like they didn't have the resources that we have today. They couldn't do so much on the computer or have their phones and do a lot of stuff at their homes. And that was the only way that they were able to really make a big change. So now we have options, thankfully. Yes, it is good if you're able to go out and protest and be a part of that. Yes, like, of course, someday in my life, I want to experience that. This is why voting is important. For anybody who thinks voting is not important, or you may hear people say, oh, it's not, blah, blah, blah. This is Barack Obama himself speaking this, okay? It's important for us to understand which levels of government have the biggest impact on our criminal justice system and police practices. When we think about politics, a lot of us focus only on the presidency and the federal government. And yes, we should be fighting to make sure that we have a president, a Congress, a U.S. Justice Department, and a federal judiciary how do you say the word?
Judiciary.
There we go. Thank you, Google. Judiciary that actually recognize the ongoing role that racism plays in our society and want to do something about it. But the elected officials who matter most in reforming police departments and the criminal justice system work at the state and local levels, okay? So when we vote, we're not just voting for a new president, we're also voting for its mayors and county executives that appoint most police chiefs and negotiate collective bargaining agreements with police unions. Its district attorneys and state attorneys that decide whether or not to investigate and ultimately charge those involved in police misconduct. Those are all elected positions. In some places, police review boards with the power to monitor police conduct are elected as well. Unfortunately, voter turnout in these local races is usually pitifully low, especially among young people. And I have to say, for me, like, I never paid attention. Like, I always thought that only the president was important. I never paid attention to, like, local, as in did my research to really figure out what they stand for and stuff like that, which makes no sense given the direct impact these offices have on social justice issues, not to mention the fact that who wins and who loses those seats is often determined by just a few thousands or even a few hundred votes. So the bottom line is this: if we want to bring about real change, then the choice isn't between protests and politics. We have to do both. We have to mobilize to raise awareness, and we have to organize and cast our ballots to make sure that we elect candidates who will act on reform. It's up to us to make the change, and that involves voting, along with, yes, protesting if you can, if you feel comfortable to, and just doing everything you can do. This is why I make this video, okay? Because me just putting out another video is not gonna help make a change. I've put out so many things on Instagram, but I have also another platform here. And as much as you guys want things to go back to normal, you need to do what you can to help make this change so we don't have to have this conversation again. Hopefully, no time soon. I decided to do this because this is something that I need to do. And this is something that you need to do too. Stop fighting the things that make you uncomfortable. If you want change in this world, if you're tired of hearing this type of things as much as we all are, you have to help, okay? And don't be afraid to not know everything you're saying. Obviously, don't come on camera and try to act like you're a genius. But it's like, if you come out like me and say, hey, I don't know everything. I'm still learning like you guys are. I just want to share that you guys should be learning with me while I'm learning, making sure that you register to vote, as well as what I'm doing. And I'm using Google as my, and there's so many like helpful things. Like I said, I'll link all the things that are helpful for you guys to take action and just change this world for the better. Also understand that we can't do this alone. And I'm talking specifically to all of my Black people out there, okay? We can't do this alone. So when you see other people of different races, specifically white people, or specifically police officers, as much as we want to doubt their intentions or question their intentions, we don't know if they're just doing this for publicity or if they're just doing this to shut us up or whatever the case may be. That's hurting us because we're using our assumptions based on whatever previous things. I get that, a lot of police officers have been a huge problem. The same way that not all Black people are what, some white people assume, like, well, not all Black people are stealers and robbers and all this crazy things, or gang members and stuff like that. We can't have that same stereotype when it comes to police officers. If we do see those videos or people or police officers trying to support and help and speaking out and being courageous and, other people of different races, accept that, accept that. And obviously, if something comes out and they did it for ill intentions, it will come out. But until then, until further proven, let's just give, because we need that. We need other people to speak out, because clearly there are people in this world who can care less about an opinion of a Black person. Yes, there's a lot of work to do, but it's like also comforting to acknowledge that there are people coming together. It's just amazing to see just how much everybody's coming together and really wanting to create change. It's so beautiful. So please be a part of it, because this is history. I'm gonna leave you off with this. Whether you like it or not, this year will be written in history. Your children will be educated of these events. They are gonna ask you what you did. Wouldn't it be embarrassing to say to your own children that you did nothing because you were uncomfortable? Let me bring you guys closer. Lastly, after you have done your part, signed the petitions, after you have donated what you can, after you have hopefully used your voice to speak up for Black Lives Matter and justice for all of the people that we lost in the past months, I want you to focus on this, especially if you're like me and you deal with mental health. I deal with anxiety, and I know with everything that's been going on, the coronavirus, with 2020 period, just so much, we have to make sure we're checking in here and taking care of ourselves. And it's okay to escape. Just make sure that you do what you can. Some things that have been helping to take care of my mental health is taking a break from electronics, yoga. Yoga has been helping me so much. I'll leave the lady that I've been following. There's a lady called Yoga with Adrienne. That's her YouTube channel. She provides yoga videos and meditation videos, and just her videos have been really helpful. I've been doing yoga and meditating when I can. I have a diffuser that I bought from Amazon, and my favorite scent to use right now is lavender, because lavender oil, it's like proven to help lower anxiety. I even put a little bit in my sheets. Like when I wash my sheets, I dropped a little bit of drops of the lavender oil in the detergent to just have that smell when I go to bed. And obviously going on walks if you can, making sure you're social distancing yourself, wearing a mask if it's a lot of people outside, putting on a song, dancing, talking to your favorite person that makes you laugh, getting a sense of laughter. But yeah, I just wanted to add this little segment in because I know it's been tough. It's been tough, and I wanted this to obviously be some hopeful video, and we have hope. I'm glad by now we're making progress, and much love to you guys. I can't wait for you guys to see the videos that I have coming. It's just like a lot of good and exciting things going on. I just had to address this because this is, again, bigger than me, and I have this platform to speak and use my voice and be uncomfortable. So if you are not Black, continue to support your other Black people. I mean, your Black friends, and just, Black people, period. Much love to you guys. I'll see you in my next video, which is going to be a lot of greatness and positive vibes and stuff like that. So I'll see you again on Friday, I believe. If you guys need a hug, come here. Come here, I know. See you soon.